Rashad McCants has shared several regrets in his basketball career with the Charlotte Observer, Jason, one of which states that he would have been a $70 million NBA player if he hadn't dated Khloe Kardashian.
He wouldn't have been. Maybe more money, but he would not have been a $70 million player. But still, it's such a wonderful headline, and it's just absolutely worth discussing. Francis, you need context, right?
Everyone needs a little context.
Well, who has Khloe Kardashian dated? Because this is my favorite part about doing the Khloe Kardashian story. We have a card. But you
I was going to rhyme off and see how well I know.
I put French Montana on the list. He's not an athlete, but maybe he could be. Rashad McCants, Derek Ward, Lamar Odom, Matt Kemp, French Montana, Rick Fox, James Harden, Tristan Thompson.
Can you go back to French? Can you say French Montana one more time?
He's a baller.
French Montana.
Jacory gets it.
Speculations. McCants' biggest regret was his highly publicized relationship with reality TV star Khloe Kardashian late in his career, which said gave people an opportunity to doubt his commitment to the NBA. Quote, without that situation in play, I am a $60 to $70 million player. He's now playing in the Big Three League, by the way. And interestingly enough, according to reports from places that are good at reporting gossip, like the Us Weeklies of the world and Star Magazine and those kind of things. So I don't know if this is true or not, but allegedly, Tristan Thompson wants to marry Khloe Kardashian, and the entirety of the Cavs roster is saying no. Like, you gotta believe J.R. Smith is leading that charge.
No doubt he is.
He's like, no, leave it for Odell Beckham.
He's like, and even if you do, I'm not wearing a shirt to your wedding.
Fact. So my question is, do you think Khloe Kardashian, and answer this honestly, is blamed because of her history of dating NBA players, and it's an excuse by NBA players, or do you think that there's actually not a curse, but such a negative impact of dating a Kardashian? I mean, Kanye went crazy. He was already crazy. Yeah. Kanye went crazy. Bruce Jenner became a woman, but that was his choice. Just saying.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot to look into in terms of just speculation and people not liking the Kardashians, and therefore they want to blame them for everything. I get it. But as far as Lamar Odom is concerned, that was known to be, it's not something that is sugar-coated. He did not handle well being constantly under the spotlight and dating the Kardashians. Whether or not he was going through those, struggling and battling those demons beforehand or after, I don't think it helped. And I don't think it helped the situation any more so than, like, I remember I can't believe I'm quoting this. Kristen, my girlfriend, was watching the Kardashians one night, and I remember it was an episode where they were trying to make the case, Courtney, one of the sisters, was trying to make the case to her brother that sometimes having a show helps a relationship, because he was talking about having a show with Black China or something like that, and she was like making the strongest case, like, no, I think it's a good thing, because when you have a show, it can help your life. And it helps you in the world see all the problems you're going through, and it makes you fix them. And I'm like, are you that stupid? That you're that oblivious to what life is? You think that you need someone pointing a camera at your face in order to face any hardships that you have in your life? That is the shallowest thing I've ever heard in my life. But if it works for them and it seems to have given them a lot of success, whatever. But I do think there is a case to be made that when you cross it over into athletics and you start to get athletes who need to designate more time than, say, anyone who's just an everyday person dating a Kardashian to their sport, having a camera pointed to your face and questions all the time asked about it, I don't think helps. I don't think there's a successful case out there.
You went deep.
Just keep stating that point. I don't think there's a successful case of, and I don't know if it's just to the Kardashians. There's probably other cases out there of people dating celebrities dating athletes to the point where it becomes detrimental to their career. I think Tom Brady and Giselle are the best example. Doesn't seem to have a big effect on them. But even you see Olivia Munn and Aaron Rodgers breaking up. Whether that's anything to do with that, I don't know. I'm just speculating. But
Olivia Munn bun.
Who knows, Jason?
Jacory, would you date a Kardashian?
If you're a superstar athlete.
No. Just right now. Would you date a Kardashian?
Yeah, I would.
Which one?
Do I have to choose?
Absolutely. Yeah. What are you, crazy?
I mean, it can't just be like a roulette system.
No, it's not like behind door number 1. Kim! Yes!
Honestly.
You could say Khloe. I'm not going to
honestly,
she seems like the coolest one.
I'd date Caitlyn, yo.
Caitlyn's
looking for someone to splurge on right now. Caitlyn's looking for someone to make their life tremendously different. Like all the other Kardashians.
It's a mad Basil.
Their shit don't stink. You know, Caitlyn's still trying to put her best foot forward and still trying to
Ja'Cory would be walking around with the 1970 Southern Wheaties box. Be like, this is my trophy Wheaties. Breakfast of champions.
Hey guys, unfortunately I would date a Kardashian. It would be Kim, but before I would do that, I would make sure if I have life insurance, anything, pass on to my loved ones, my relatives, in case I am no longer part of this earth. Yeah, I'll give you something, Francis.
Nice.
Yeah, because I don't want to be part of the Kardashian curse.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think that it's specific. I think that athletes, I've always put them on a pedestal because having been a previous athlete, but not anywhere near as successful as I would like to be. I mean, if I didn't come to America, I'd be a $60 or $70 million player. If I didn't meet Jason Rubin, I'd be a $60 or $70 million player.
That could be true.
But I think that people, I do agree that you mentioned a point earlier at the beginning, which I would like you to elaborate on if you think it's the truth. I think some people might be using it as an excuse. I don't think that it's an excuse for Lamar Odom, but I think it's an excuse for other people.
Rashad McCants was a good NBA player. I don't think he was ever a $70 million NBA player. Like when he was traded at that point off the Wolves, I believe it was in like 2008, 2009. He was like an 8 or 11 point. What did the article say? Is it 11 points per game at that point? It wasn't like. Look, I know there's more to basketball than points, and you have to remember in 2008, a $20 million a year contract I don't even think existed. Now, we're going to have guys this offseason signing $31, $35 million a year contracts. So maybe if Rashad McCants lasted longer, blah, 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 held off, then sure, he could have been a $60 or $70 million NBA player. But to blame like Khloe Kardashian, there's a bad trend. But
it's more so Kim's as well. Like, I don't know, I think she's got more athletes that have dwindled in terms of their career.
She's with Kanye, right?
Yeah, but she had what, Humphries, right? Chris Humphries.
Oh, that's right.
His name, great three-point shooter.
Ray J.
His career, on the other hand. But again, according to recent stats, Tristan Thompson is doing
great. He's
pretty
fine.
well. So it doesn't seem to be a problem. I can imagine that LeBron James, if it was to turn on its head, he would be the first one to be like,
do you remember
team first?
The best team first like LeBron conspiracy was that LeBron James refused to let J.R. Smith out of his sight in last year's NBA playoffs. Because not that he didn't trust J.R. Smith, it was just the idea of like, I wonder if LeBron has like a GPS tracker being like J.R.'s about to pull up to the club and LeBron's just like, yo, meet me at the gym. It's just like, oh,
do it, J.R.
I'm trying to. No, on the note of J.R. Smith, a really happy thing happened after what could have been the saddest of all things. His baby was born like actually 4 months premature, which is extremely dangerous, and like the actual like death rate for that premature is not just pretty, it's extremely high.
Yeah.
But they were able, and he walked out with his baby, I think just a couple of days ago, after she was in the hospital, I think for a month and a half.
Wow.
So, look, no one deserves anything, any kind of unspeakable horror like that. But the fact that the baby made it through means you know that baby's taking uncontested fadeaway threes in 10 years. That baby defied death. You don't think she's gonna be taking turnaround 30-footers? That's the confidence you need.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, let us know what you think in the comments. If you're looking for a comment from Khloe Kardashian, she's not said anything on this matter, but for her part,
I don't know if I've ever heard her speak.
But for her part, back in 2009, she said, he's a loser. So you can tell that her head is in a firm place in regards to Rashad McCants.
Coming from calling me a loser.
Ciao.
Loser from SpongeBob.
Forever I want it and I ain't giving it up. I work my hands to the bone and now I'm living it up. I'm going dumb in the club. My clothes, we don't give a hug. We work too hard to get here.